Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Bad weather caused a studio shutdown this past week, so with no live show, here's a throwback to February 2016 with Joe Young and John Morris in the studio. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Wednesdays from noon to 2 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
You've tuned into The Life with your host, Don Smith. My co-host is not with us today. He's actually, I'm going to say he's on assignment. That way it makes him feel important when he listens to this later, because I actually remember to record the thing this time. Because last time he was out, and I forgot to record it till like 45 minutes into the show. Then I was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do something, wasn't I? Anyway, my guest tonight, since I'm not going to do the introduction by myself because that was boring when I tried it the last time, so I just went ahead and had my two guests come in right off the bat, and want to welcome back to the show Joe Young and John Morris.
Thanks for having me again, Don.
Yeah, it's good to have you again. We were talking about Alex not actually being banned from the show, but it is fun to pretend. But anyway, what have you guys been up to in the comedy world? What's been happening with you? We'll start with Joe, and then we'll work our way around.
Don, since the last time I talked to you, me, John Morris over here, and then our friend Luke Capasso, we've started 2 weekly open mics in Dayton, which before we started those, we only had 1 weekly mic, and that's the Super Secret Show at Wiley's on Thursdays. So now we have 3 open mics total every week. So Mondays, we're at the Patterson Pub in Kettering from 9 to 11. And then every Wednesday, we are at the Hookah Bazaar from 9:30 to 11:30. So it's pretty exciting.
Awesome. Those are both weekly.
Yes.
Yep.
The Patterson Pub is every Monday except the first Monday of the month, because that is the Rocky's Pizza showcase, and we don't want to compete with that show because it's so great. Doug Morgan is just a wonderful man, and I hope he's listening.
Well, that's not what you were saying when we were off the air. What was it you called him exactly?
I don't think the FCC allows me to say what I called him.
Oh,
off
okay.
the air.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I'll tell him later. So that's both of you guys' project.
Yep.
Going on with all the open mics, or
yeah. Well, me and Luke started looking for places.
Luke.
Yeah, Luke Capasso. I wanted to go to Patterson Pub. We checked it out, and then we're like, hey, the Hookah Bazaar is right here. This could be weird. Let's check it out. And it's actually working a little bit better than the bar open mic. I think it's because it's different. It's a different style of room, and it's a lot of younger people who are just there to hang out, and we give them something to entertain them with. And it's actually working out pretty well, and John asked to join up with us because he knows the owners of the Patterson Pub, and it's been great having a third hand, because if Luke's busy out of town,
that's kind of
if I'm busy, well, I don't want to use any...
You found your calling, John.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
I'm the third hand in
John's
everything.
a great third hand. So yeah, it's been great because Luke travels a lot. I can get busy. John doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I do not.
So it's great, and it's within walking distance of his house. So.
Well, I'm just glad to hear that he has a house.
Has a house, yeah.
Well, it's not
nice.
his. It's not
Oh
his.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to squat, you might as well find someplace nice to squat.
Well, I mean,
Oakwood, right?
Starbucks evicted me last week, so
You found your way into Oakwood somehow, right?
Yeah, I squirmed in.
Oh, should I not say? Is anybody looking for you? Should I not say where you live?
You never really know.
Starbucks evicted you. Is that because of the changes they made to their gold card benefits? Is that the
Gold card?
Have you heard about that?
No.
That's Starbucks. Apparently, I actually have one because I used to drink that crap back when I could afford it, and now I can't. So I don't. And last time I tried it, it actually just tasted terrible, and I can't see spending $5 on. But anyway, they have a rewards program, and you buy so many coffees, and you'll get a gold card. And the gold card, you buy so many coffees, you get free coffee or sandwich or whatever. Huh. And they've changed it around, and I think every white person in the world is just furious. That's apparently what makes white people mad.
You got to buy so many to get the gold card?
Yes.
And then
you
you
can
buy
spend-
so many, and you get so after you spend about $30,
Right.
they'll
Then you'll
give
get
you
the
a
gold
free
card.
small cup.
Weird.
Then you.
That's like there's an episode of Seinfeld where Elaine has that sub card. I don't know if you watch Seinfeld.
Sometimes.
But she has a submarine
card.
card, and and their subs are awful. But she needs to get it to get her free sub.
I think I
have to
remember
get that
that
card
one.
back
Yeah.
so I can get my free sub, and she doesn't even like them.
But yeah, that's why I was wondering. You said Starbucks kicked you out. I wondered if that was because of the rewards program. You didn't
I
have
was
the gold
just
card.
using their Wi-Fi.
No,
Oh, okay. Well,
for our
they
viewers,
might as well be good for something. I guess.
Well, see, I didn't have a laptop, so they didn't think I was a writer. Was the problem?
Oh, okay.
now for our listeners at home, John does not look like somebody who would have a gold card of any kind. So this is very
Or a
funny.
laptop,
Yeah,
It's very funny. Or a laptop.
Or be
It's-
able to write.
Or
Platinum or nothing for me. It's platinum, or
platinum.
nothing. So I stick with nothing.
Awesome.
Oh.
Anyway,
Like how Joe said,
So
the
other
listeners
than-
at home.
other
Your
than being
mom.
kicked out of Starbucks, what else has been going on with you lately, John?
Quit my job. Quit my
Awesome.
my fast food job. That was a lot of fun. I was working at Sonic.
Sonic.
Yep, the drive-through. It was bad. I was I'm 27. I was the oldest person there, besides the general manager, and it was like me and nothing but like a bunch of 16 and 17-year-old. It was terrible.
Now, does that
It
go
was the
against your
worst.
parole at all? Being
I
around?
didn't get parole. I didn't get parole. I got
think
off.
it's a certain. Yeah, I did see a mugshot.
Yep, the infamous mugshot.
Is that something we can talk about?
Oh,
or is
absolutely,
that- Awesome.
absolutely.
Well, let's hear the story of
Well,
why I keep seeing your mugshot coming up on Facebook
back in
again and
back in
again.
1989, when me and Dusty Rhodes hit the trail. I didn't go to court. I just didn't go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were like, oh well, we're gonna put a warrant out for you, and they eventually found me. Oddly enough, was getting a ride home from Dusty Harvey, and he had a license plate light out. They pulled him over, ran everybody's IDs in the car, saw that I had a warrant out for my arrest, and took me to jail. Right after a show, too, that I did really well on. So I went in in a good mindset.
Here's the thing that drives me nuts about cops.
Uh-oh.
The
here we
fact
go.
that they honestly believe they have the right, when they pull somebody over for a license plate light out to check everybody's ID in the car.
Well,
that drives me insane
they
because
technically-
there's absolutely no reason for them to do that.
Yeah, it's BS, but they technically do have that power. Because
No, actually, they don't.
well, I was told that if a cop asks you to identify yourself, you have to identify yourself.
Yes,
regardless.
You don't have to provide photo ID. You do not have to provide any form of identification. You are allowed to give them. You have to give them your name and your address. That's it. They cannot request your ID.
Unless you're
Now,
suspected.
here's the thing: argue it with them.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And the problem is they are out of control as a profession.
They really are.
Now, there
Like-
are some that are decent folk, but most of them have no concept of human rights. They have no concept of what their job actually should be.
Yeah.
Because they are not police officers anymore.
They're peacekeepers.
They are they're not peace officers. They were okay when they were peace officers because they would show up and keep the peace.
Yeah.
Now they show up, and if anybody anywhere within the vicinity happens to have at one time broken a law, they're going to find something to fine them for because all they are is revenue generating machines.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
all they do.
Me and Joe were
anymore.
actually just talking about this. How it's all about money.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
It drives me insane,
Yeah.
and part of the problem is that we've let them get to that point.
Oh yeah.
There's a news story I was going to read that I saw this today. Since we're on the subject, if I can find it here, let me see. Since I'm kind of going out of order, it's just since we're talking about this, I figure it might be a good time to bring it up. If I actually put it in here, I can't remember. I can never remember what I do from 1 minute to the next anymore. So, here we go. In recent years, lower federal courts have generally held that the First Amendment protects a right to video record and photograph in public spaces, especially when one is recording servants such as the police. Because recording events that you observe in public areas is important to be able to speak effectively about what you observe, courts held the First Amendment protects such recording. But Friday's federal trial court decision in Fields versus City of Philadelphia takes a different, narrower approach. There is no constitutional right to video record police, its court says.
Wow.
Is that not? Is that not getting even more out of control? I mean, this is.
See, the only thing when I hear that, the thing that I think about is my buddy used to work at a Shell station when he was 19, 20, and they didn't have any cameras there, and he sold us packs of cigarettes for 50 cents. So if you're not being watched, you're not going to follow the rules.
Yeah, exactly. And if we're, that just anyway, I went on a little off topic on that. It's just, it drives me nuts because I actually had this conversation over my second job. One of the police officers that works over there, I've had this conversation with him a number of times where he says, well, if I ask you for ID, you have to provide it.
Yeah.
And I have explained to him time and time again that if and only if they believe I was involved in or about to commit a crime, they can ask, and I have to provide them with my name and address. Yeah. If they don't have reasonable cause, they don't have the right to ask me a thing.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be.
And if somebody's license plate light is out and they get pulled over, first of all, to me, that should be a courtesy stop where they say, hey, get that fixed.
Yep. Unless it's like written in there that they've already warned you.
If there's a passenger, if there's somebody in the back seat, they have no right to ask them a single question because, for one, it's not their car and they were not driving.
Yeah.
Now, if they pull up and there's 15 people piled in there and everything smells like weed when they open the window, okay, fine. Yeah. Ask a few questions. But when there's nothing like that going on, they have no right or authority to do that.
Yeah.
So you basically got screwed over.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. But, I actually, when I went to jail, though,
I'm going to get pulled over on the way home by some Wright State police officer that's listening to this right now.
But like when they took me down there, they acted like I was just scum, and it's like you have no idea. Like I'm here because I didn't go to court. Like I'm not a drug dealer. I didn't beat my wife or anything like that. They put us all in the same jail cell, like me, 7 other people, just crammed in there. Freezing cold. I'm talking, it was like 30 degrees in the cell. Ridiculous. I had a hoodie and a coat, still freezing when I was trying to go.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily.
Sorry, I just coughed into the microphone. Any close listeners to the radio just lost their eardrums. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's play some music.
Yeah. Let's try to keep this upbeat.
Let's keep this light.
Let's turn it into a hate
This is a
crime.
comedy show, and here we are. We're all gonna get arrested later.
I'll say I love the police and everything they do to support us. I'm also driving home.
Well, I like the police. I think when Sting went solo, it wasn't quite the same. Anyway. Let's see. I'm going to try to find a song here.
Let's. What do you say about this?
No, I'm not going to do that. I picked. They had this laying in here. There's actually a. Let me see the. It's a CD.
I think the people want to hear it.
It's Kobe Bryant featuring Tyra Banks, which neither of them have I thought of music when I hear.
You don't like Tyra?
Yeah, so I'm not going to play this, but I do appreciate the suggestion. I'm gonna. This is still the life. I'm still Don Smith, and my guests are still John Morris and Joe Young.
I've actually changed names.
John's changed names. Who are you now?
We're going by Blue Chinchilla.
Blue Chinchilla.
Oh, I feel it's good.
Is that what you are or what you've done?
Ooh.
Sorry.
Well, the cops are already listening to the station.
Yeah. Couldn't help myself, nor could the chinchilla. You had said something, Joe, about GPS systems. Now you said you had some beef with GPS systems. Is that what?
I don't go anywhere without it. Don't get me wrong. But I was on the way here. It's only my second time here, so I was using the GPS, and John was my passenger. And I was making fun of the GPS because it was telling me the same directions over and over. Turn left here, turn left. And I was like, yeah, I know it. You've said it 4 times. Well, here we go. Karma striking. 5 minutes later, she's saying turn left, and I stay right. And John, out of just he's so interested to get here on time. He calmly said, you missed your turn. And I had to do a U-turn. I had to go 3 miles down the highway, turn around. So it was just a little karma that I was giving it a hard time for so many directions, and I don't even listen to it. And then 10 minutes later, I do the same thing. Yeah. So, guys, listen to your GPS, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. That's the moral of this story. So, not as heated as
about as heated as the police discussion. So, as you missed your turn, did your GPS nag you the whole time until you found a way to turn around?
Do a U-turn.
Oh, yeah.
Do a U-turn.
Yeah, do it. It's pretty much said do the next legal U-turn, which there is no legal U-turn in Ohio.
Nope.
So, way to go, Siri. I don't know what you call her. But, technology, we were also talking about this on the way here. I think it's weird because John got back in my car from the gas station. He didn't put his seatbelt on, which is fine by me. But what my car decides to do is just annoy me into having him put his seatbelt on. Just beep, beep, beep. Passenger seatbelt needs on. We're, as a society, we've evolved so much, but yet we still need to be annoyed into being safe into putting on this seatbelt. And John had he had a backwards argument to that. What was your thinking?
Well, I think we're, basically, it's the same old argument of we're not letting natural selection happen.
Absolutely.
We're just babying people. We're taking care of them. We're preventing too much.
It is a long time it's been a theory of mine that if we want to start weeding out the population the way we should, just take warning labels off of everything. Like the sun visors you put in your cars. I saw one had a warning label on there: "Do not operate vehicle while visors in place." Stuff like that. We need to get rid of. Huh?
What is the point of the visor then?
Exactly. Well,
no, it's
the big thing to keep. The big cardboard thing that folds out. Yeah.
Don't get it. Don't get it. I can't see the road.
You don't drive a lot, do you? They don't have those on the bus.
Not anymore.
I think Bill Burr has a whole thing about warning labels. I think Bill Burr's got a whole bit on it. Well, the thing didn't say to do it, so I did it, and I kind of, Yeah. I think he just goes in this whole. I'll have to look it up when we leave, but that sounds like something he would talk about.
It definitely sounds like Bill Burr. Probably screaming.
You guys ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
No, I haven't. Everybody keeps you
just look outside.
Yeah,
that's
what I figured.
Pretty much.
I had a feeling.
Look at our election.
I've worked enough fast food to pretty much know what the movie's about. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
It's a really good guilty pleasure movie. I love it.
That's what I heard.
It cracks me up just because it is so stupid. But again, that's another one of my theories I had for years. It just seems like the intelligent don't seem to be breeding. And we're in a whole campus full of young people that are probably,
they look like they're ready. They look like they're ready to breed. I saw a couple on the way in here that's
part of the problem.
See, I actually have a feeling that's about to swap. Like that's going to flip upside down. Because the nerd fashion craze is that's what it's about now. Like you got to have those thick black frames and your bow tie and your button-up shirt.
But I think the smarter people know to control the population. So they're not going to have 5 kids.
Well, no, they're not going to have 5 kids, but they're going to be getting laid more.
You got some news over there for us, Don?
I do. Speaking of Atom Smashers, A 3-month-old baby has been reunited with her parents after being kidnapped by a man at Riverfront Park in Little Rock, Arkansas. Of all places to start. We're going to start in Arkansas. There are not many details on how the man acquired the baby at the park. However, it's what he did with the baby after he kidnapped her that has the community a little shocked.
Can we talk about this?
According to employees at McDonald's, 45-year-old Henry Osterman entered the restaurant with a baby wrapped in a blanket. He ordered 15 Big Macs. They had a picture of the fella. He's a very large guy and a very large. Yeah, that's about the best way. He's enormous. He's a huge guy. Be glad he opted for the Big Macs and didn't just eat the baby. But according to reports, when the cashier gave him his total, he handed over the baby to her. Yes. He said he didn't have any money, but they could take the baby.
Come on, it's white. It's worth a lot.
And of course, they refused, so he threw the baby at them, ran behind the counter, and grabbed every burger on the food warmer.
I bet you
two other employees stepped into action and tried to tackle the would-be hamburglar. Unfortunately, the size of the man was too much for the employees to take him down. That's when eyewitnesses say a third employee, Todd Williams, clotheslined the man with a broom handle and took him down to the ground.
Way to go, Todd.
He probably just got screamed at by some lady in the drive-thru, too.
It gets worse. Police searched Osterman's 1972 cargo van, of course, that was parked in the McDonald's parking lot where they discovered another infant strapped in the car seat. Approximately 6 months old, they also recovered several firearms, knives, and a neatly displayed collection of baby toys, bottles, and other baby-related items. They also recovered several rolls of duct tape, rope, and 20 bottles of Benadryl. Osterman was taken into custody and charged with kidnapping, assault, theft, and child endangerment. Here's the kicker. He is currently being held on an $800 bond.
What?
$800 bond.
My bond was 16.
But judging from his cargo van, he can sell everything he owns and he won't come up with it. Because apparently he can't afford his Big Macs. He has to trade babies.
How can you steal 2 babies and you only have an $800 bond?
Exactly.
Are babies that rampant in Arkansas?
They're probably, yes. Yeah, probably.
Well, it is Arkansas. They didn't specify baby what.
The going rate for a Big Mac is 4 babies, so I can't really help you out
That's
here.
what it was, yeah.
They didn't have change. They didn't have puppies.
I can't break it. I can't break it.
I can't break a baby.
I can't break a white one.
There are only 3 puppies in the register. That's
puppies.
Sorry, white babies just aren't selling right now, sir.
They're just not as high as they used to be.
Oh, wow. Isn't that I thought that when I saw that story, I was like, this is fun.
Jesus.
There are so many angles. And the rest of the stuff that was found in his cargo van is just...
Seems like they really caught him before something bad.
Yeah.
Well, not that wasn't bad, but...
Yep.
Watch your babies, people. How do you let a man that big steal your baby?
Yeah, what did he sneak in?
Did he put it under one of his arms?
He
and then it looked like part of him, part of his body? I don't understand.
Is that a baby or a ham?
You don't deserve...
I guess he carried it in a lunchbox or something, so they didn't notice. Or he sat down and got stuck in his crack, and he just walked off with it and didn't realize it was there.
He didn't even know he stole it. That was
didn't
the
even know he stole it.
That was the problem. He's screaming.
He went to get in the van. He's like, "What the heck?" The whole car seat. He's like, "Oh man, that's 2."
So he keeps planting these babies.
Let's see if I can trade these for some Big Macs. I'm hungry. It is Arkansas. So yeah, that's the land of Clinton of all places.
Go Razorbacks.
Oh, see, after that, I can't remember all the other stories I have. So.
It would have been really funny, if he ordered the Big Macs, no onion or something. Dude, you're eating 15 Big Macs and you have a baby you're trying to pay with it for. We're going to give you onion. You're going to eat it.
In a diet soda.
Yeah, in a diet soda. I'm watching my weight.
Yep.
Oh, terrible stuff. The world's a wacky place.
It is.
Limestone County, Alabama.
Oh, so it's only getting better.
And so, we've gone from Arkansas to Alabama. A deputy sheriff was refueling his patrol car at a Shell station at about 3:30 in the morning. He reported that when he went inside, the clerk asked if he could give someone a ride to Walmart. Because if you're in Alabama, you got to have a sheriff take you to Walmart. The man was identified as Alex Wiley Smith, no relation, 38 of Pounding Mill, Virginia, which, if you live in Virginia, you're familiar with a pounding mill. The deputy agreed to the courtesy transport, but said he needed to check his identification first. Now, this one I understand.
Yeah.
Because it's 3:30 in the morning, and the guy's wanting to go to an Alabama Walmart, and he's from Pounding Mill. So that I understand asking for ID in this particular case.
But Alabama Walmarts are the best Walmarts.
Yeah. The driver's license came back as canceled. The deputy told Smith he needed to search him before allowing him in the patrol car. Again, understandable in this case. The guy consented to the search. The deputy reported finding 2 Suboxone strips in his pocket, had a backpack and 2 duffel bags, which reportedly yielded 0.5 grams of methamphetamine, 6.4 grams of marijuana, 0.7 grams of unidentified crystals, 5 baggies containing 5.2 grams of black tar heroin, a ball of black tar heroin weighing 13.2 grams, 18 needles, a cooking spoon, 2 marijuana smoking pipes, 1 meth smoking pipe, a grinder, and a large quantity of plastic baggies.
Prepared.
And I don't think he made it to Walmart.
That's why you don't do your own supply.
Right.
I mean, you're just
that's why you
it.
don't ask for the sheriff deputy to drive you to what was probably going to be a deal.
Most definitely.
What a lucky sheriff.
Yeah.
What a haul.
Yeah. Well, the guy probably just made him mad. That's what the sheriff happened to have in the trunk.
Well,
Like, we're going to take you down the station and charge you with whatever we happen to have down there.
you're really pushing that today.
I want to know what the mystery crystals were. Like, were this...
Oh, we know what they were.
Yeah,
No, it
yeah,
was actually time-traveling crystals, so we just bypassed it.
He came from a time period where all the drugs he had
It was
were
all
legal,
legal. I didn't
and
know.
cops were just taxi drivers.
Yep, back in the day. They were peace officers. Yeah, I want to take you to Walmart. No, it's Irish back. Oh, we'll take you to Walmart. Get in the car. That was a terrible Irish accent. I'll never do that again.
Oh, we're going to stop by a Donnybrook real quick.
And we'll move to West Alexandria, Ohio.
There we go.
This really isn't,
Getting close.
Yeah, this really isn't a dumb criminal or anything. It's just kind of something I found amusing because I have a sick sense of humor. A semi-trailer slammed into a community Christian church in West Alexandria
Jesus, Don.
during praise team practice.
Supposed to be a happy show.
Well, it is. No one inside was injured, according to a church's Facebook page. According to the same post, the driver of the semi-trailer was taken to the hospital. There was no information on his conditions or injuries. But if your praise team is in,
Yeah, like, how did they
and
take
a
that?
semi drives through the church, I think that might be a sign.
Might be in the wrong religion, maybe? I don't know.
I'm wondering what they were practicing. Like,
Well, it's the praise team. It's the songs of worship. It's the
Okay.
praise team.
Okay.
So yeah, that was.
okay.
Yep, somebody was trying to keep that quiet.
Is it like Bible study cheerleaders?
That's enough. I've had enough. But anyway, yeah, I saw that on the news last night, and I thought I got to write that one down. That one's
Whoa,
great.
you still watch the news, man?
Yeah, well, not usually because I don't have the time. But last night I actually was home early for a change, so that was nice.
It's all pro-police propaganda.
Yes, that's what. Yeah, I won't watch.
Up
that
until today, I didn't have like internet, so I didn't have Netflix or any of that. I had basic television.
Oh,
Watched the
man.
news for like a week straight. Made me depressed as can be. Like, I didn't want to go outside. I didn't even want to go do comedy. I just wanted to sit in my room.
It's scary.
It was terrible.
It'll make you lock your doors.
Yeah, and it's
for
like
sure.
in my head, I'm like, I know that it's not that bad out there, but just watching, like, Pitbull just ripped a baby apart. Oh well, let's just go ahead and eat this chocolate, and we'll stay here.
What a waste of a baby. Could have got some Big Macs.
Pitbull don't know what he's sitting on. To go
A
buy them
semi-trailer's going to drive through this studio at any second.
I feel like if I keep gaining weight at the rate I am, I can play that guy in a Lifetime movie in like 10 years. I can see it, Big Mac Baby,
Yeah,
and
there
it'll be my magnum opus.
Joe
Mac.
Young in Big Mac Attack. You want this, baby? Facebook story, who cares? Remember that time your friend wrote an emotional Facebook post about his recently deceased grandmother and you liked it? I didn't write this, they did. Yeah, that was kind of weird to say the least, but Facebook has finally introduced a more elegant solution for you because nothing says elegance like Facebook posts. So you can appropriately acknowledge your friend's post without having to actually write something.
I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. I just want to poke a button and make you think I care.
Yeah.
So far, Facebook is offering 6 reactions. They have like, love, haha, wow, sad, and angry. That's pretty much every feeling a man could possibly have.
I think we're forgetting one.
Yeah. Well,
Hungry,
yeah.
I
Or
think
have
when they
to poop. That's one or the other.
For the female accounts on Facebook, they're actually going to have 50 emotions, and they're all just going to be confused.
Yeah,
and men aren't going to be able to decipher them.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like enough.
49
Yeah.
are confused, and one is you should already know.
Oh wow, there's an error on the studio computer. Awesome,
great.
That tells me I can quit, and we're done. All right.
Are we?
We're joking about taking over the because the angry music we've been playing and getting angry at the police asking for IDs, bastards. But we can't say that on the air. But we're taking over the airwaves because basically our engineer shut down the automation. So
just take the day
once
off.
I go off the air, if it hasn't come back yet, it's just going to be really quiet. So, and we
That's
can't
really
have
going to
that.
upset the viewer, the listener out there. The one guy.
The viewer that's watching his radio.
You know what I meant.
You should take your eyes off the radio and drive.
My
'cause
dad
it's
loves
very
this
dangerous.
station.
What's that?
My dad loves this station.
Awesome.
The endorsement they've been waiting for.
It's not back yet, but it's going to be in a few minutes.
Okay, update from our engineer.
You guys heard it here first.
Yeah.
We're going live on
This is
this.
Crisis
live breaking
averted.
news. The automation
Breaking
will be
coverage.
back soon. Until then, if I could get an island breeze and a grapefruit crush from the spring break drink menu
There's a
my-
spring break drink menu.
in the paper, yeah.
Well, there's
Nothing
nobody's
says
gonna be
college
here.
like ordering a Caribbean Sea.
Well, yeah.
50 Shades
Especially
of
when
Blue,
you're in
that's-
Ohio. 50 what?
50 Shades of Blue is a drink on here.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That just sounds dirty.
Well,
I do want to express this week my my disappointment with The Guardian. I usually praise The Guardian, but this week we have no horoscopes, and
How are we supposed to get through life?
yeah, I know. I don't know what to expect in the coming week. Just nothing at all. No hint as to what direction I should go.
well, here it says opinion, right state cancellation policies cause campus-wide discourse.
Oh.
Now, I
So they
haven't read-
canceled
I
the
haven't-
horoscope.
Yeah, I haven't read the article. I'm assuming it's because they canceled the horoscope.
It's got to be, yeah. Yeah,
So,
people are got to
I
be
mean-
upset by that. Because that's, I mean, I'm not going to know which building to meet my true love in. I have no idea.
Well, I'm right here, Don. I'm right here in
And
front
they
of you.
called it puppy love.
So good to see you, Joe. John, will you excuse us from... No.
John Moore's taking over the radio.
All right. Let's see. What else we got here? We're bound
Can
to
we
have
talk
some
about
other
the
stuff.
Can we talk about the Hitler story?
Hitler story? What's... Oh, the micro weenie.
Yeah. Can we
I did hear about that.
how I want to know how they found that out. How'd they find it out?
Some kind of test they ran on his body or something. I don't really know how.
See,
Like a
I figured
physical-
that was an Onion
Did they-
story when I first saw
Yeah,
it.
I thought
I'll
the
look it up
same
real quick.
thing.
But considering who recently bought Onion, it wasn't a story that was praising Hillary Clinton, so I figured it probably isn't an Onion story. Which that upset me when I heard that.
Who was it that bought it?
It's some company that has ties with Clinton, and it's funny that ever since there was an article about there was just a fluff piece about Hillary in there about how she had to work. It's I don't even want to go into it. And then there was which honestly, there's not a single presidential candidate right now that I would let clean my bathroom, let alone run the country.
What?
But
You don't like Bernie?
I think,
You don't like Bernie Sanders?
Well, the problem is, if I let him clean my bathroom, he'd take everything out and give it to other people.
You don't
and
need
I
that toilet
wouldn't-
brush, though.
Huh?
You don't need that toilet brush. though.
Oh, yes, I do,
He said,
John.
I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm a Big Macs and babies kind of guy.
I guess. All right, so I've,
Okay, back to microwave.
yeah, we've got our research team just came in with this
Awesome,
off the press.
Yeah, hot off the
It looks like somebody
press
who wrote
from
a
the
book.
1940s.
They wrote a book called Hitler's Last Day, and they've uncovered medical records which
See Hitler
confirm
run.
the Fuhrer's embarrassing deformity. I guess it was so severe that you have to urinate from a hole at the base of your shaft instead of the tip.
So it's like an innie.
Wow,
I've
that's-
never said that I felt bad for Hitler ever in my life, but I might actually.
That's oh man.
You've heard of big cars, in fast cars when
Oh,
you have
yeah.
problems. So this is, whew.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't think we should blame it on that, though, because I've never once killed a Jewish person. So
Well,
it's clear that it wasn't the tiny penis that did it.
Okay, so you're an innie too. Is that
Oh,
what
yeah.
it's- Okay.
It's like a button.
Well, still, a button is still an Audi.
that's true.
So yeah, that's just depressing.
Did it say where the information came from?
They just found some old medical records.
What? I don't think a doctor should be writing that down.
What else would
Unless,
the doctor write down?
I guess if you
that was wrong with
looked
me,
at
I
it-
would want my doctor to know about it and to write it down.
I wouldn't want.
Oh, he also had one. He had one testicle. as
Okay, well now it makes
Wow,
sense.
that's
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
Is it just they found one? Is it-
This is all from his medical records. Now, why it took 70 years for that to come out?
Well, see, the other one had brown eyes, so he had.
As the great Aaron Phillips says, please don't let this besmirk the Hitler
Besmirch.
name. Besmirch the
There you
Hitler
go.
name. Yeah, that's an Aaron Phillips joke, and I just love it.
Check him out at Aaron Fish Lips at Twitter.
Aaron Phillips Comedy on Facebook. He's great. Mayor of the Oregon District.
Mayor.
Just a great
I've
person.
heard
Hey, he's
that.
running for president now. He bumped up his campaign.
bumped up his
He's
campaign.
running for president now.
He's
Which I
also
hope
an innie. as
Also
well. He's
an
part of the
innie.
innie crowd.
Has killed several Jews, so
Oh, hey, don't drop the hard J there.
well,
Yeah.
that's what they are.
We're
That guy's not doing. He don't care.
yeah, we're gonna get kicked off the air here in a minute. That's okay. Well,
I'll say
that's okay. Something's going on with this computer over here, so there's all
We might
kinds
not
of
even
error
be on the air.
messages.
Yeah.
We might have just been kicked off already.
They finally got wind of the Andy Bowman situation.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah,
you know
you're
what's that? The Andy Bowman situation.
Wasn't he the one who dropped the F bomb?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say,
I mean,
did you forget about this
I mean,
already,
no,
Tom?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Oh,
I didn't hear nothing because it would have been my responsibility to stop it.
yeah. I mean,
So,
what's
yeah,
his
I
name again?
Didn't hear a thing.
Did what?
It's not the first time it's happened
What?
on the show. We didn't know till several weeks later, but apparently a call-in guest did that too.
oh,
Nice.
no.
It was I'm not going to say who it was, but a call-in guest did that, and the thing is, it was a little difficult to understand anyway because of his accent. So nobody caught it, and it just was like, okay,
2
well,
years later, I
it's
get a
out there
ticket.
now. Fortunately, nobody listens to the show, so I'm sure nobody's going to catch anything. So, all right, what else we got here? The world's deadliest creature isn't what you'd expect. A 2014 graphic from Bill Gates' blog, because that's who we're going to listen to on everything now, outlined the number of deaths per year related to animals. Scroll down and you'll say, okay, we don't need to. Mosquitoes, apparently, is the most deadly creature on the planet. When it comes to killing humans, no other animal even comes close, Gates noted on his blog. But why are... is this what he does now?
Oh yeah. He's
Yeah,
got
this
nothing
is
else.
Yeah,
mosquitoes
he's-
are very. It's probably
Well,
over in Africa.
I understand
would
that.
guess.
I understand the whole mosquito
You guys
issue.
talking about the most deadliest creatures in the world.
Yep.
Yes.
I disagree with you on that. The mosquito is not the most deadliest creature in the world.
Well, this
You hear
isn't
that,
me
Bill
talking.
Gates?
This is Bill Gates. You're going up against Bill Gates, man. That's brave.
Here's why.
No wonder our computers
Here's
shut
why.
down. You can't figure this out.
I bet none of you can disagree with me when I say this. Other people are the most dangerous creatures on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope, he claims that mosquitoes kill more than humans do. So
That's definitely
But
not.
see, my thing on that
don't
is
know.
technically it's not the mosquito that kills you; it's the disease that the mosquito carries.
right,
So,
malaria.
yeah.
Right?
Can you even
Malaria,
count that?
malaria
as a,
by itself is responsible for more than half of mosquito-related deaths, predominantly in sub-Saharan Africa, though the incidence fell by 37% from between 2000 and 2015, according to the World Health Organization. Whatever that is. Dang fever.
Ding, dang,
yeah,
Johnson.
dang fever. That dang fever got the dang mosquito.
Got the
Talk about
dang
that
fever.
kill
I
it,
can't
man.
pronounce this ding dang
Yeah,
name.
yeah. That's it's. It could be all kinds of things. It's DENGUE. It could be dingway. Dingway. It could be. It could be whatever the hell it was that Hitler had. Yeah, a little dingy. I don't know.
What the little
Yeah. See, everybody knows about that. His reputation is ruined.
That is how strong our propaganda is. Our propaganda machine is so strong. We'll get you 70 years later.
Yeah.
You
I
think
think
you're
it's-
safe.
I think his
We're coming for
reputation.
you.
I think his reputation is already ruined because he has this ideal human, which is basically somebody who has blonde hair, blue eyes, and is not Jewish. But here you have Hitler, who is apparently black-haired. I think he's brown-eyed, I believe. Completely doesn't match the description of his ideal human.
But to be-
Andy's an any.
To be fair, he killed himself, so
Yeah.
technically he still stuck
That's
to the
true,
plan.
that's true.
Still stuck to the plan.
Okay, well, yeah, you do have a point there. He did.
Had to even some things out.
Say
Right
what
through
you
to the
will.
end.
Say what you will
He's
about it.
stuck by his morals.
Yep. He had some business to take care of first. And
Yeah.
then
I'm doing way more sticking up for Hitler than I ever thought I would do.
Yeah, this is. Well,
Guys, please book me on
Joe
anything.
is really
I'm very
at this corner
Jewish
on
friendly.
yeah.
I love the police. Bill Gates.
There are so many jokes that I could make about this, but they're politically incorrect for the radio.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we'll move on. We have a dissenter among the group that doesn't believe mosquitoes are dangerous.
They're the second most dangerous creature, but humans top that.
Well, yeah, if you want to argue with Bill Gates, which
I am
you just
arguing.
you just shut down the computers. So, okay, is the truth out there after all? Han Faulkner, Gesundheit.
Oh, and FYI, the shutting down of the computer is also proof that humans are the most dangerous people.
Yeah, but nobody died shutting down the computer.
Just
What's
my
that?
career.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I've heard most of what it plays, and it's pretty much there anyway. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to tell Stacy you said that.
Well, you know what, Stacy? If you got a problem with Don Smith, then you have a problem with Don Smith. Leave me out of it. please.
Absolutely. Yeah, John Morris wants nothing to do with it.
Here on the Life, we're taking on the police.
Yeah.
We're taking on Hitler,
Even-
Bill Gates,
I'm even
and now Stacy.
and our own station. We're gonna.
Suck it, Stacy. Whoa.
Yeah. So, Stacy, if you and the police and the Hitler people want to come on,
Hitler
we're not
fan
leaving
club.
until the automation's back up. All right. I've got an
Automation's back
Aquafina.
up. We're out of here.
I've got an Aquafina, the Guardian, and
Yeah, we even went up. Man,
Speaking of
Yeah,
the
we're good.
horoscopes,
yeah, I didn't see a horoscope.
this is your
in there.
horoscope right here.
Early bird rates
Starting at $399. That's actually a pretty good deal, in my opinion.
Didn't they just
But
change the horoscopes? Like, didn't they recently move the dates to
that was
where
a couple
people?
years ago. But
Was
yeah.
it really?
Oh yeah. That's been a few
I
years
just
ago.
heard
They
about that.
changed the whole astrology thing.
Yeah.
And, people had to
Like, I don't
change
even-
their signs. Were very upset.
Looks like there's
You know.
a horoscope in here. If you are a Toro or Aries, you can get Marco's Pizza, medium one topping and cheesy bread for $9.99.
Wait,
That-
only
Awesome.
for
That is a
$4?
good-
Are you
That's
serious?
just wrong. That's
That is-
that's just
Get your local
That's
Guardian.
Zodiac
Well, there is.
cyst.
Yeah,
That's Zodiac
that-
cyst.
This is a
Zodiac
saver.
I'm sorry,
There
I
are
forgot.
Hardee's coupons.
I forgot the college campus was so
Hardee's is
PC.
actually pretty good.
I knew I'd offend somebody.
Exactly.
Me and my
Just my
Aries
view.
brother.
That doesn't necessarily reflect
Aries
the views
Ian.
of Red State or WWSU.
That's good.
Although it would be nice if we had like a Hardee's party for a
party.
DJ meeting.
Ain't no party like a
Bring in
Hardee's
like
party.
a cheeseburger for everybody.
Yeah, but
Nothing
I don't
says-
think I've made it to a DJ meeting this entire semester. So
I
I'd
think you
miss
made
out on
one,
Hardee's.
at least one.
Did I? Yeah, I can't remember because it's always during my lunch hour.
Nothing
And
says high class local
I'm
radio
gonna
like a
perform
Hardee's party.
CPR on the automation system.
All right, good luck and Godspeed with the automation system.
Somebody give me a breath mint after I'm done.
Whatever you got to do to get it to work.
Bill Gates will be here in a minute.
Yeah. Okay, where were we? Han Faulkner, that's where we are.
Watch those Fs.
Decided to test his theory that the truth is out there by flying a drone over Area 51, the secret of Nevada air. I don't know if everybody knows where it is. Anyway, I don't know why. I would think they would shoot it down before it even got close, But it's a place where the U.S. military developed the stealth technologies and the U-2 spy plane, and anything with U-2 I think should be taken out early. And apparently Area 51's existence is only like 2013 the CIA finally acknowledged that it existed.
Yeah.
Which, it's a U.S. Central Intelligence Agency. They might not have known. So, in their defense,
You're just making lots of enemies tonight.
yeah, the CIA,
I'm
the
far
cops.
away from you.
Anyway, I'm Joe Young. We're going to play some music.
Wait, did he not find anything?
He, no,
no, they moved
because
everything to Wright Pat.
everything's in Wright Pat now.
Yeah.
Hangar 18, man.
Blue Room.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's by Right Pat. They have
Yeah,
some,
we're all getting. We're getting.
they have some holes in some of their
assassinated.
fences. It doesn't seem very secure.
We even went
they're
up
not
against
secure.
the church.
Well-
we even went up against the church praise team tonight. We're done, man.
Well, they're praying for us. So.
Yeah, they're praying.
No, but when I used to deliver, and I would go on Right Pat all the time, and up until like last year, their security was terrible. I could have easily got. Well, it wasn't good. It wasn't good security. There's no threat that I am making right now. No, but it was really bad. Like I would go up there and I'd be delivering food, and they wouldn't check the car. They would, as long as you had a driver's license, you could basically get in.
But that's all fixed
Wow.
now, so nobody
yeah.
get any ideas.
Yeah, now they have Humvees with armed guards at the front gate. It's ridiculous what their security beefed up to.
Okay.
Well, that's because they were letting you on, and
Yeah.
then they found out about your warrant.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh,
once,
it's right here
once
the
you
whole
went,
time.
once you went to the pokey, they thought, we're going to have to. All right, let's play a little music here and take a brief break. We'll go with a little. I can't even think of the name of the band now. It's the #1 space funk band in the Dayton area, probably in the state of Ohio, because it's
Okay.
space funk. It's a very very unique brand of music, and it's Mr. Wiggly's Exploration
Yes.
Launch. So we'll play some. How about some space band? That's
There
what
we
we'll
go.
do. All right, coming at you, Space Band by whoever said it was. There we go. Had to go through with it. Had to go through with the whole thing. Been playing some, in case anybody's wondering, the angry music we've been playing tonight. That's some Potter's Field. That's my buddy Don Potter. It's been on the show before. Hopefully have him back again soon. He's got a new CD he's been working on, so we can have a little more anger in our lives because we all need that. Anyway, we were talking about some new news stories on during the break. Joe came up with something he wanted to talk about involving a cucumber, which I mean I kind of figured that's what he would come up with, but
I'll just go ahead and read the beginning of this article.
You gotta give the name of the article.
The name of the article is "Woman Dies After Lover Forgets to Take Cucumber Out of Her Mouth," and this happened in Germany.
where else?
Yeah, where? Well, probably
Florida,
Arkansas, Alabama.
Yep.
So this man, he's on trial for negligent homicide. He might get 5 years in prison. I guess they had 4 bottles of wine, several glasses of schnapps, and he admitted to putting the cucumber in her mouth as a sex toy. Suddenly, he saw there was smoke coming from his kitchen. He had forgotten that he put a piece of meat on the stove for his dog. He ran to the kitchen, fed his dog, and then went on the balcony to have a smoke, as most are wont to do after some time.
After some cucumber.
After some cucumber time. By the time he returned to the bedroom, she was already unconscious. That must be a long smoke break, but that's a tragic story.
He had to check on the meat.
Yeah. It's what kind of meat are you cooking for your dog?
That's what I was thinking. Like, who cooks the meat for their dog?
The dog should be on trial here.
Yeah, there you there you go.
The man's trying to take care of his loving wife, his loving dog, and the dog just gets off scot-free.
Off scot-free.
There you go. And it was his meat.
And now this man is going to be eating worse than this dog does in prison. I'm assuming German prisons are the same.
Oh, I can only imagine. I bet it's way worse.
Well, they are known for having very tough prisons in Germany.
I think we discussed that a little bit earlier. So.
Well, I wonder why he was using the cucumber.
Well, John, you'll find
we discussed
somebody.
That earlier,
you'll
too.
find somebody, John, one day, and you'll understand.
Yeah.
My question is,
one day, Buttons, you'll find out.
Did it turn into a pickle? Wow. All right.
It probably wasn't in there that long.
I'm not touching that one.
The pickle?
Hey,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't touch the pickle. Anyway, here's one. This is our last news story, and we're gonna throw this one around, and then we'll probably run over some shows and try to get out of here early because I think I've made enough enemies for this evening, and we can probably.
Good luck getting home.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Remember, you're looking for Joe Young. I wouldn't do that to you, John. He's your right. Out of Georgetown, Delaware. After a 2-year absence, a pumpkin flinging contest could be coming back to Delmarva Peninsula this year. Organizers of the World Championship Pumpkin Chunkin'
Oh, yeah.
hope to hold the event in Delaware's Sussex County, but are considering locations across Delmarva, including Maryland's Worcester and Dorchester counties. Sounds like it should be in England.
Dorchester.
The event began in 1986. There's a Pumpkin Chunkin' Association president. Wonder how much that pays.
That's a good gig.
Yeah.
That's a good gig.
Yeah. But he says the location for the contest could be picked by the end of March. Now, I will definitely be hanging on to that. Story,
Why did they stop doing it? Does it say why they stopped?
Legal fees.
Too many injuries.
Yeah, that's what it said. It was legal fees. Yeah. It was legal fees and insurance. They weren't.
A lot of money in pumpkins.
Those pumpkin prices are really soaring.
Yeah.
No, but what was it? The Amazing Race, where the one girl was doing the watermelon one, and the thing snapped, and it just went right back in her face. Did anybody else see that one?
No.
I've never watched.
It was like a giant slingshot, and she was holding the watermelon. They were supposed to shoot it off, and the wire that was stretching snapped, and she just right into her own, just smashed into her own face as hard as you can imagine.
What happened to her?
She was knocked out.
Huh. Well, we know cucumber's bad for the face, and now we know watermelon.
Cucumbers, watermelons.
Well, yeah, she didn't consult a professional when she was doing that with the watermelon. I think Gallagher should have been on hand.
Oh, there you go.
You know,
I'd say she bit off more than she could chew.
Yeah.
All right, John Norris, everybody. Thanks for coming, John. If you want to go pull the car around.
That's my closer.
He'll be here for the next 10 minutes, maybe. Anyway, we'll run down some shows. I know you guys got to get out of here early. I'd like to get out of here early. You guys you're going to be at the Hookah Bazaar.
Yeah. So here's what I want to tell you, guys.
All right.
If your spring break's coming up, right, Don?
Yes.
Spring break's coming up.
Yes, it is.
You've got tests. You're stressed.
By the way, there won't be a show next week because spring break's coming up.
Spring break's coming up. You have tests. You're stressed out. What better way to relax than sit down, smoke a hookah, and laugh? So what I want you to do is put down your books. Right now, put them down, and think about laughing.
Yeah, put the cucumber back in the fridge.
Put the cucumber back, and head it down to Kettering, Ohio, at the Hookah Bazaar. We're going to be there from 9:30 to 11:30. We have a headliner this week, is Salim Muhammad. You might have seen him on Last Comic Standing. You might have seen him on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. You might have seen him in the Oregon District. So what I want you to do is put your books away. They will be there in the morning. We will not, unless things go your way. So just head on down to the Hookah Bazaar. That's our next show.
Did you say
today.
Puka or
Hookah?
The
Puka Hookah.
Whatever you want to call it, and come on down. And then when you're done with that, what I want you to do, it's on Patterson Road, Kettering. What I want you to do tomorrow is forget about your books one more time, and come down to Lucky Star Brewery in Miamisburg. Great brewery. They make all their own beer. They have great wings, and show starts at 8. There's no charge. And we have I got a bunch of people from Cincinnati coming down.
Yeah, it's a really good lineup.
Lineup.
That's a really good place for comedy.
It is.
I was surprised when I did that show.
You were surprised? Oh, okay.
Well, it's not. It's a bar show.
Yes.
And bar shows, in my experience, usually not. Well, here's the thing. I do have to be honest with you, because when I did Lucky Star Brewery the following night, I did Lev's Brew House up in Sydney, and. After I did Lucky Star, I thought, man, that's one of the best bar shows I've ever been to. And then I did Lev's, and I thought, nope, that's the best. Because nice. Lev's Brew House that Friday night was awesome.
That room is set up for comedy at Lev's. Yeah. And it's just it's in the back, and it's quiet if you have people there.
Yeah.
But I will say Lucky Star Brewery is an awesome place for comedy, and you do a heck of a job running the show, Joe.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I was really impressed with the beer there. Like, I'm kind of a beer snob. But it was
those homeless beer snobs.
Yeah, What do you think, we're getting changed to get Coors Light? No.
But so do that. Come down to Lucky Star. And as always, every Thursday, the super secret show, don't tell anybody, super secret show at Wiley's. Starts at 9:30 every
You
Thursday.
just announced it on my show, so nobody knows.
Okay.
But us
Still a
three.
secret.
So-
And if you ever wanted to try comedy, there's really not a better place to start than at the Super Secret open mic. You're on a club stage.
Well, yeah, Wiley's in general is a great place if anybody's interested in starting or trying stand-up comedy. Wiley's is definitely a great place to start.
Also, if you're just a regular person and you come out and you sit through the whole thing, you get free tickets to a regular show.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
like
Do you?
professional
When
comedians.
did-
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You sit through the whole show, they give you 2 free tickets.
Oh, wow.
And this weekend,
when did that start?
we've pretty much always done it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
Yeah.
really?
Since the beginning of the Secret Show, at least.
Huh. Well, yeah, I've never been to the Secret
Yeah.
Show, so
I'm
gonna have
with
to get
Dan
to that
Cummings
one,
this
so.
weekend.
Dan
isn't
Cummings
he?
this week.
Yeah, super funny.
Really funny
With,
guy. Last comic standing.
Who's featuring? Somebody.
featuring is Miguel
Oh, Miguel Del
Miguel,
Mal.
yeah.
He is
Super great guy.
hilarious.
He's a
and
great
Dorian
guy.
Vasquez is hosting.
Dorian
that one,
from
which
Columbus.
Also a great guy.
Dorian cracks me up anyway.
Very funny guy.
And let's see, John Morgan's at the Funny Bone.
Nice.
Mike Paramore's hosting that.
He is super funny too.
I'd
He's
know
another.
that, yeah.
He's another one of those guys. Like I would not be surprised to see him have his own Comedy Central special in like the next 3 years.
Local guy? Where's he from?
I think he's just from the Midwest area. I think he started out in Morty's.
Okay.
I'm not 100% on that, but I saw him for the first time on Laughs, and really funny. Really funny. Super nice guy too.
And also, I do want to throw out Sunday night. Ryan Haroff is going to be doing his show at
Yeah.
Wiley's. He's doing another one to record an album. That starts at 7 p.m. That's $5 admission, and it's well worth it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
$5 is it really is.
I hate how
For a
good
good
that
night
kid
out.
is. I hate how
Yeah,
good he is.
yeah. He's been on the show a couple
He
times.
makes every one of us look like garbage.
And,
Well, he's starting so young. I was
Yeah.
talking to somebody earlier. He's starting so young that I
Yeah.
mean, he's just got nothing but time on his hands.
Oh, he's either going to be the next Louis C.K. or the next Bill Hicks if he gets into drugs. He might
Right,
just
right,
not make it.
Well, you try to influence that,
Yeah,
John. See
yeah,
if you can
there
make
you
that
go.
happen. Oh, that's just terrible.
And then,
no, that's Ryan Haroff this Sunday night at 7 at Wiley. Said that should be a good show.
we got one
I'm going
more.
to try to make for that one. We got one more.
One
And
more
then,
show.
One more
Saturday, March 5th at the Mayflower Arts Center in Troy. We're doing a stand-up at the Mayflower. It's $8 in advance, $10 the day of, with, again, the headliner Salim Muhammad, who's also going to be at Bazaar tonight. So if you guys want to come out and check him out here, make sure you like him first. I don't know. Then come out to the Troy show. But featuring, we got Joe Young right here to my left, and Luke Capasso, another guy, very funny. And the Troy shows have always been a lot of fun, even if there's not that big of a crowd. It's just something about that place. There's a great atmosphere there, so that's always a lot of
I'll have to
fun.
make it up.
And the Troy shows, just so you know, they are PG-13. So if you have younger people you want to bring with you who don't normally get to experience comedy because of the bar setting,
Yeah.
we do encourage that. Come out, we'll have a whole fun time for everybody around PG-13 age. So
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about the wedding show last Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Because you mentioned the PG-13, we had to keep it a little lower than that because we were told that at 9 o'clock it was an all adult show and the kids were going home, and there was there were some folks that just didn't want to stop partying.
Oh, yeah.
And basically the way the room was set up, the audience was like way far away from
It's
us.
like, what, 10 feet?
Yeah. Oh, it's more than that.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was, and comedy's an intimate thing.
Yep.
You have to have some interaction. Basically, our audience became 2 second-grade kids that decided to pull chairs up right in front of the stage and watch.
Nice.
Yeah, so most of the material I had, which I used to think I was fairly clean, but
Yeah.
I've been getting a little,
Yeah.
raunchier as
You don't
I've gone.
say.
Yeah,
You don't
believe it or not. And it got to the point where basically most of the show just became having a conversation with the second grader in front of us, and he was a lot of fun. He was.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
But it was a good time.
Yeah.
But
I think anytime I've ever done a show with children in the audience, you don't even need material. You just talk to the kids, and it's a blast. They love it. The parents love it because their kid's part of the show, and it's. I watched Dan do like 10 minutes of crowd work with a 6-year-old kid, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I saw, and then I'll stop here. I saw Emo Phillips at Wiley's bring up like a 12-year-old fan on stage, and like she did a little dance for him. that she had been working on. I think he knew her mom or something, but it was really cool.
He knew her mom, all right.
Like, to interact with a fan that way. He's just the nicest, most professional guy. If you ever get a chance to see Emo, you don't want to miss that.
Yeah, I'd love to. I didn't get to go to that, but I wanted to because his delivery. He's one of those ones that just cracks me up.
Yeah.
His call me Mr. Butterfinger. You ever seen the movie UHF?
Yeah.
That cracks me up. Anyway, I do want to throw out for 7 weeks in a row. It's still on the top page of new action movies in Redbox. The movie 3 Knee Deep. If you haven't seen it, go to Redbox, rent it. I'm in it with a very bad accent, but
can we get a sample of the accent?
It was a lot of no, you can't because I promised to never do that again. See, the thing is, I'm a fat white guy that was playing a Mexican gangster. and I developed a backstory just so I wouldn't feel as racist that I was actually in the witness relocation program, but I was trying to get back into crime, so that was the only way I could, justify. And
so we can't. If you want to hear it, you have to go rent.
Yeah,
the movie.
if you want to hear the really bad accents from actually a lot of people. Honestly.
Actually, a lot of people.
I don't know if that's the strongest recommendation for the movie.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But I really I enjoyed it. I'm happy to be a part of it. It's been successful and.
Nice.
Someday I'd love to see Mystery Science Theater 3000 come back, and I want to see it on there.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We've gone through all the shows. We've gone through all the trouble. We're going to go through the door. I want to thank Joe Young and John Morris for being on the show.
Thank you,
Check
Don.
them out at the Hookah Bazaar. Check them out at the Mayflower in Troy. Was it March 5th?
March 5th.
March 5th.
March 5th. Check them out Thursday night at Lucky Star Brewery in Miamisburg. And... I think that's about all I got to say.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in. There will be no show next week since it's spring break, and I'm ready for a break.
I bet.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks for listening to the Life Podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment's podcast network. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Wednesdays from noon to 2 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can always stream the show live at wwsu1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments for the show, feel free to email us at thelife1069@gmail.com.
Overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.